Hey Palm Peeps, it's Tom from Garden State Koi. Dozens and dozens of times throughout the year, we get calls from homeowners that have ponds like this. And they're like, hey, we need help. The pond's leaking. It doesn't run. It looks awful. We're gonna show you today how we can go from this to this in just a day or two. Sometimes it's a do-it-yourself pond. The homeowners have done it themselves and it just needs some TLC. Other times, homeowners buy a house and it has a pond and they have no idea how it works, what it does. It's really an eyesore, but we can go from glad to fab and make it look beautiful. And we'll show you today in this video how we do that. We take apart everything that's here and we put it back together the Garden State Koi way. And now you have a beautiful, functioning ecosystem pond that you can enjoy. Here's we're going to skimmer a small waterfall here with the biofalls, a rock coping edge. Yeah, he's got a pump in there and he's got this filter, he's got a dosing system. So I would say get that set up too so that, you can run both if you had to. So we got called out here because this waterfall leaks. How much does it leak? The pond drops over a foot every single day. And so it's really not a functioning pond. And when we start talking about taking apart a waterfall like this, many times it just makes sense to redo the whole pond in one fell swoop. Now we're not band-aiding a part of the pond. We're giving the homeowners basically a brand new pond. Many times homeowners have different pieces, components that have kind of just been fit together to make the pond run. But with an ecosystem pond, we're gonna have a skimmer, a biofalls, and we're gonna create an ecosystem that keeps this pond water crystal clear. And at the end, this leaky waterfall will be gone and they'll have a brand new waterfall. Give him a nice feeding rock too.
Okay.
Somewhere, maybe just in the front here. Gone with all the flat rock and the coping edge.
You want it deeper or
It's deep. It's already deep. I think you're gonna see when you start taking it apart, it's deep. Now look, this filter is a good filter. It runs, it's good.
Keep it rolling good.
See if you can incorporate it. I hate not to use it or not. Yeah.
I move it back. So you got the skimmer over there.
So maybe come out of the skimmer, go into that, and then up to the falls. Yeah. What does a renovation like this cost? Well, it varies depending on the size of the pond and what materials we're going to be using. But a general rule of thumb, and it's a bracket, is somewhere between $6,000 and $12,000 is what a project like this costs. And that's us taking everything apart, putting it back together again, new rock, new components, biofall, skimmer, pump, flexible PVC, and here also we're gonna put a brand new liner in. When we're done, these homeowners will have a brand new pond that will replace this old leaky pond. Stay tuned and see what we do. So sometimes people buy a home and it has a pond. And here are a couple of red flags or things that you want to be aware of. Number one, if you could see the components of the pond. And when you look at this pond, you can see the component at the top, you could see hoses, you could see liner around the outside, there's filters that are visible. That should be a red flag for you. None of the components should be visible. Also, a lot of times with these ponds, they leak for one reason or another. Either some of the components are bad, maybe the liner is low, but if your pond is leaking, if you're losing water, that should also be a red flag. Another big thing is these ponds should be built to stand the test of time. And when I look at a pond like this, and although it was done by the homeowner and they did a nice job, the rocks move, right? Over a year, over 2 years, these rocks are gonna move and they create points where the water can leak. Or where it's unsafe. If you just step wrong, you can end up in the pond. When we're done with this pond, it is gonna stand the test of time. The boulders are gonna be safe. There's gonna be a feeding rock where you can feed the fish. But if you're not sure, give us a call and we'll take you through some of the steps on what your pond can and should look like. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll find great information and other great videos about the ponds, streams, and waterfalls by Garden State Koi.